All right, we're back. Upper body day. So just start with a warm up. Get that spinal hygiene going. Start at the neck. Just work our way down, side to side. Just side to side. Like think ear to shoulder on these ones. As you can see, I'm not very good at these. Like that's why, especially going to the right, feels just weird. Then side to side, just turning your head. Then we'll go up and down. Maybe I can't even remember what I did here. So just hit the neck, get the neck. The neck is important. Your neck's always stiff, probably because you don't move it a lot. If you're someone who has to move your whole body just to turn, that's not what we want. You should be able to move your neck. And we go around and around the world with the neck. Just focusing on everything, nice, controlled. You can go faster, you can go slower, change the tempos. Do what feels good. And we work our way down our spine. So spinal twist, side to side, just working on mainly the spine. Yes, you're going to have a little bit of hips, especially if you're a stiff board like me. But that's all right. That's why we do it. We do it to everything get loose. So hitting the spine, hit everything. Is this going to help? Yes, it's going to help if you do it. Do it daily. These things you can do daily. You can do these things multiple times a day. Sets and reps, who cares? Do as many as it gets to feel good. Do hundreds, do thousands, whatever it takes. And just do them every single day. You can do this at work if you want. Just stop, get out of your desk, and do it. So we bend side to side. Then we do the waves. So dipping down, trying like you're, a dolphin or something, diving in and out of the water. So take control of your life, move your spine. That is why that's why you have back pain. That's why you have a stiff spine, because you don't move it at all. You're stuck sitting all the time. You only squat and deadlift and do things that compress your spine. We're not actually moving. The key to being mobile is movement. Then we went into 5 minutes of just rolls, tumbling, handstands, cartwheels, all that fun stuff. Get on the ground, let your body interact with the ground. Excuse me, because like I've almost slipped a few times the last few days. It's been icy, so that's gonna help you. If you get on the ground, you fall on the ground, you're able to get back up. Playing with the kids, building Legos, building a puzzle, playing with whatever toys they like these days, you're on the ground, you're able to get back up. That's why we do these things. And things like crawling and tumbling, it's going to help you move better. That is one of the goals. You should want to move better. You should want to move like a human, not like a stiff robot. That's the problem with a lot of training, especially kids training these days, or the group classes, is they want you to train like a robot. They want everyone to move the same, and that's the problem. We're not the same. We're all different people. So you need to move different. So we've thrown different variations over the shoulder crawls, or shoulder rolls, the roll back, just kind of let the spine, the toes touch the ground. You let everything bend that way, and just back and forth, just putting yourself in different positions, different postures, different ranges of motion that might be uncomfortable, because that's how you make progress, is you do things that are uncomfortable. And just the rockabye rolls, just rockabying, rolling in circles, hit every direction, kind of try to, as you're rolling, rocking, let every segment of the spine hit the mat individually as you're rolling, rather than just plopping down and doing a back bump. But do different things. I didn't do any specific sets and reps with this. I just put 5 minutes on the timer and used my imagination, did different things. No specific, I have to do 10 reps of this or 5 reps of that. I just did what I felt do. Sometimes I'll do a game. Sometimes I'll do things like this where I just roll around for 5 minutes. Sometimes I'll chase a balloon. Sometimes I'll do the tennis ball roll, or bounce the tennis ball and then catch it or whatnot. The results or the possibilities are endless, as long as you have imagination, creativity, and want to explore. That's the thing. As we get older, we stop exploring. We stop trying new things. Like I was saying before, we get stuck in being comfortable. What's comfortable for us? And that's the problem. Be uncomfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable, and challenging your body, challenging your mind. throwing some handstands here. I've gotten better at these, able to like kind of push right back up. Still not able to hold them. Like, it's about finding a balance point. I'm not very good at that yet. Finding that balance point in the handstand. But again, I'm not good at them, so I do them. Most people don't do things we aren't good at. Handstand to a one-legged stand, I guess you'd call it, squat, whatever you want to call it, where you roll right into one leg stand. Those are tough. Right leg is so much easier than my left leg on these. I think a left leg one's coming up here, and you'll see wasn't very good. Yeah, so get off balance there. So it's finding balance, finding rhythm, timing, doing all these things that are part of training too. It's not just lifting weights. Lifting weights is not going to make you super athletic. It's not even really that athletic to go up and down with the weight. That's why you see all the powerlifters, most of them aren't very athletic. Bodybuilders, most of them aren't athletic. Yeah, they can lift weights, and lifting weights is great. Don't get me wrong. I do a lot of lifting weights, but you got to do stuff like this to move better, feel better, look better, perform better. All this stuff's going to help your weightlifting. Then we get into some more dynamic rolls, kind of faster paced type things as we get ready for this training day. This was an upper body day, so cartwheels, faster somersaults, that more quote-unquote dynamic work, faster pace, faster speeds to prepare the body for what's to come in this workout. So cartwheels, intervals, doing combinations. Then our first actual exercise of the day, I guess you could call it, movement of the day, 2.5 minute iso hold on the push-up. So elevate the hands so I can get a greater range of motion and really let the scaps, your shoulder blades, move, because bench press can't a lot of those you're taught to push your shoulder blades down together and keep them stiff, and they get stuck. That's why you see a lot of people who bench press all the time. They can't move their shoulder blades. Or these, let the pecs stretch, let the shoulder blades squeeze and move, and this is a good stretch, and it's tough. These are tough, especially 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. You really feel the burn in the pecs. It's a good stretch. It's a good way to add some mobility and a good way to prep the pecs for upcoming lifts, the shoulders, the bench press, shoulder press, things like that. And I've been doing these the last few weeks. A lot of times I'll do them at the end of the workout or after a set of bench or something like that. But I've been just playing around with putting them at the beginning, and they feel pretty good and have more energy. It's easier to complete these longer duration iso holds than doing them at the end when you're pooped out from all the other pushing and pressing movements. So stick with these for, start at 30 seconds. Start at 10 seconds maybe. Wherever you're at. Meet yourself where you're at. You don't have to start at 2.5 minutes like I am doing here. Start where you're at and then progress as you go. Add more time. Add a weight to you. Add a weight vest. Put a weight on your back if you got that. These are just a pain to put a weight on your back just because it's so awkward to do it yourself. But weight vest is great. I bought a cheap weight vest. I got a Black Friday deal at Walmart, but the thing is it's so bulky and thick. That's probably why it was $20, but it goes up to like 40 pounds. It's some old Reebok one. I haven't really used it for much. I did a walk with it, but it looked like I was about like Eric Cartman. I had my jacket on and stuff, like a little fat guy walking around with a 40-pound weight vest for a few hours. But that's a good way to do it. Then we loosen up the spine even more with the PVC or pipe swings, just rapidly back and forth as fast as you can for a certain amount of time, or reps, whatever you do. I did it for time there. Overhead impulse, I really like this variation, especially kind of, pairing it with the overhead soccer ball throws or prone supine throws, I should say, supine overhead throws with the med ball. So it's kind of that same motion, high velocity, high intent, and then pairing it with a lighter ball, working on speed. Didn't time it this day because I don't my radar gun is just a pain to set up, and half the time it doesn't work. Half the time the battery's dead. So we just did 4-pound ball today, throwing as hard as possible. Then we went into still our last week of 10x4 on the push press. So dumbbell push press 10x4. Again, that Jake Torres hypertrophy cluster. Set and rep scheme. Just a lot of, so you're getting 40 reps, but you're getting heavier weight because you're not doing 10 reps at a time. So you'd have to do lighter weight. You're doing 10 sets, double the sets, half the reps. And I think it's a fun way to train because you are able to get better power, better speed on your lifts, better form, better intent. And you're not going to be as tired and get sloppy like you would on instead of a 4x10. So you can go heavier, go more powerful, get more speed. And then we paired those with, again, the ring rows, feet elevated, add a 45-pound plate. Changed them up. On these I did some sets were like a slower lower, some sets were just normal, some sets were faster. So I changed them up. You can do that in between sets too. Or each set could be different. Each rep could be different. I've spoken about that in the past. It doesn't all have to be the same. Every rep is going to be different anyway because we don't move the same every time. Every squat is a little bit different. Every time you throw a baseball is different. Every time you shoot a basketball is different. Every time you walk up the stairs, it's different. We're human beings. We're all different. Every movement we do is different, even if they're technically the same movement or same exercise. It's going to be different. So when people try to force everyone into a box and squat or bench or row the same way as they do, that's not going to do anything because they're not the same as you. And each individual rep for that person is going to be different too. So you have to think about that if you're coaching or working with someone. So here's like a little bit slower, lower version of the ring rows. And after that, or I guess we paired those with some more spinal work. As you can see, I've been increasing my spinal work is around the world med ball hugs. So I get that heavier med ball, really rotate, nice and controlled. Let the spine, my spinal extension is terrible still. So that's something I am working on. One of my main goals this year is spinal extension, back bend type stuff. So I can get better at that and unlock my spine so I'm not a 2x4. Then we did, again, 2 more things at 10x4. We did our horizontal push, which was, again, the single arm dumbbell bench press. We have 70s today, I believe, on these ones. And we'll switch over to the right arm. So I like to do the left arm, the weak leg first if you're doing unilateral stuff, just so you can be a better judge of weight. And I got the spastic left arm. I don't know what's going on there. Again, I don't know if this is a natural reaction or whatnot, but it seems to do that every time I've done these. Look kind of funny. Finding something in my ear, apparently. And then we go to the L-sit chin-ups. We didn't do any weight this time. We did more reps. So more reps, no weight. The weight's kind of a pain just to get on and off, and I just decided let's do more reps today. So again, you can change from workout to workout, session to session. Find what works for you. Again, we did these 10x4 too. So 40 reps of this, 40 reps of the chin-ups, 40 reps of the push press, 40 reps of the, what did I do with the push press? The ring rows. So that's 80 reps of pushing and pulling. A lot of reps, but I don't know, been doing that for 3 weeks. Not the exact hypertrophy clusters program. If you want that, go buy Jake's program. It's a great program. I've run it a few times in the past. I just taken a lot of stuff from that program and modified it to my program, what fits me. And I really like that. If you're trying to build muscle, there's not a better program to do it than hypertrophy cluster. So go check out Jake Tura's hypertrophy cluster program and learn from all the coaches you work with, all the programs you buy. Take what works for you, throw away what doesn't. And that's totally fine. That's what training is. Training's creativity, and then we get a little weird with the dance. So we did do some biceps impulses as well. This day didn't film it because I was running late on time. Biceps, triceps impulses, and some ab rollouts. And that was the day. Another fun day, another good day. A lot more pump power and speed work on this day with the hypertrophy clusters. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you again soon.